Have you ever noticed that your eyes don't feel the same when you wake up as they used to? You open them, blink a few times, and it takes a moment before the world becomes clear again. The clock numbers seem softer, the morning light feels too sharp, and for a brief moment, it's as if your vision is still asleep. Most people assume this is just part of getting older. But what if that's not the whole truth? What if your eyes are actually struggling overnight, and what you eat before bed could decide whether they repair or deteriorate while you sleep? Hi, I'm Dr. James Porter, and for over 3 decades, I've helped older adults rediscover the health and clarity they thought age had taken from them. Today, I want to share something surprisingly simple: 3 foods you can eat before bed that can help restore your vision naturally, right while you sleep. No expensive supplements, no eye drops, and no complicated routines. Just everyday foods that work with your body's natural nighttime repair system. Before we dive in, if you find this helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more senior health tips. Also, I'd love to know where in the world are you watching from. Drop it in the comments below. I love hearing how far this little community reaches. Now, let's start with the first food one most people think of as old-fashioned, but that's exactly what makes it powerful. 1. Prunes. The circulation activator. Most people hear prunes and think digestion, but there's much more happening in these wrinkled little fruits. Inside every serving of prunes is a cocktail of nutrients designed by nature to do something remarkable. Keep your blood vessels young and flexible. Why does that matter for your eyes? Because your vision depends entirely on a thin, delicate layer at the back of your eye called the retina. The retina is full of tiny capillaries, microscopic blood vessels that feed the cells responsible for converting light into the images you see. As we age, those vessels can stiffen and narrow, especially if you have high blood pressure or blood sugar issues. That means less oxygen, fewer nutrients, and slower repair. Your vision begins to fade not because your eyes forgot how to see, but because your circulation forgot how to deliver. This is where prunes quietly step in. They're rich in vitamin K1, which plays a key role in maintaining the elasticity and strength of capillary walls. Think of it like oiling a rusty pipe. The blood flows more smoothly, delivering the vital nutrients your retina depends on. In one study published in the Journal of Nutrition and Aging, researchers found that older adults with higher vitamin K1 levels had significantly better microcirculation, especially in sensitive tissues like the eyes. And here's something interesting. Prunes contain potassium, another mineral that directly impacts your intraocular pressure, that feeling of puffiness or heaviness in your eyes in the morning. When potassium levels are balanced, that pressure stabilizes. The eyes feel less swollen, less dry, and clearer faster. It's one of the reasons why many older adults who start eating prunes before bed report waking up with lighter, more comfortable eyes. And then, there's the antioxidant power. Prunes contain lutein and zeaxanthin, the same pigments that make leafy greens like spinach so famous for eye health. These compounds act like internal sunglasses, shielding your retina from blue light damage and supporting sharper vision, especially in dim light or at night. One of my patients, David, age 74, started adding 2 prunes before bed every night. He told me after 3 weeks, "Doc, I wake up and it's like someone cleaned the window." That's not magic. That's nutrition meeting biology in the simplest possible way. So, how do you use them? Eat 1-2 unsweetened, unsulfured prunes about 45 minutes before bed. You can eat them plain or mix them into Greek yogurt. They won't spike your blood sugar. In fact, they may even help stabilize it overnight, reducing that temporary morning blur that comes from blood sugar fluctuations. When you think prunes now, don't think old people food. Think of them as circulation therapy for your eyes. Because when your blood flows better, your vision does too. 2. Pistachios, the nighttime shield. Now that your circulation is open and your eyes are ready to receive nutrients, the next challenge is protection. Your eyes don't stop working when you sleep. Even behind closed eyelids, your retinas stay busy, processing light signals, repairing photoreceptors, and rebuilding proteins like rhodopsin, which help you see in low light. All that activity creates oxidative stress, tiny bursts of cellular wear and tear. And if that stress builds up overnight, it can slowly damage the retina and optic nerve. What your eyes need is a shield, and that's exactly what pistachios provide. Pistachios are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E, a fat-soluble antioxidant that embeds itself in the membranes of your eye cells. There, it neutralizes oxidative stress before it can cause harm. A long-term study in the archives of ophthalmology found that people with higher vitamin E intake had a significantly slower progression of age-related macular degeneration. But pistachios offer even more than that. They contain the same carotenoids, lutein and zeaxanthin, that your macula craves. These pigments help reduce glare, block harmful blue light, and improve contrast sensitivity, which is why people who snack on pistachios regularly often report better night vision. And here's a bonus most people don't realize. Pistachios naturally contain melatonin. Yes, the same hormone your brain uses to regulate sleep. In fact, a 2017 study in nutrition neuroscience discovered that pistachios have one of the highest melatonin concentrations of any plant-based food. That means they not only protect your eyes, they help your whole body transition into deeper, more restorative sleep, which gives your eyes more time to repair. One of my patients, Linda, 68, struggled with dry, gritty eyes and hated driving at night because of glare. I suggested she try 6 pistachios 30 minutes before bed. 2 weeks later, she said, "My eyes don't burn anymore, and I drove home from book club without squinting for the first time in years." To try this yourself, eat 5-7 unsalted pistachios, raw or dry roasted, about 30-60 minutes before sleep. Avoid salted or flavored versions. Extra sodium can counteract the hydration benefits. And if nuts feel heavy at night, pair them with a spoon of yogurt or a few kiwi slices for extra vitamin C and hydration. Prunes open the road. Pistachios guard the path. Together, they create the perfect environment for your eyes to rest safely. But there's one last step: rebuilding. 3. Chia seeds, the rebuilder. Protection isn't enough if your eyes don't have the materials to rebuild what was damaged. Every night, your body enters a repair phase, replacing old cells, restoring membranes, and rebuilding the delicate fatty layers that make up your retina. To do that, it needs omega-3 fatty acids, the essential fats that keep your eye tissues soft, flexible, and hydrated. And one of the best plant-based sources is right in your kitchen cabinet: chia seeds. Chia seeds are tiny, but their nutritional impact is massive. They're loaded with ALA, alpha-linolenic acid, a type of omega-3 that helps rebuild the outer layer of retinal cells. As we age, that layer becomes thinner and less elastic, leading to dry eyes, light sensitivity, and slow focusing. By giving your body a steady supply of omega-3 seconds, you're essentially giving your eyes the raw material to stay young and resilient. But chia seeds do something else remarkable: they help you stay hydrated while you sleep. When soaked in water, chia seeds form a soft gel that slowly releases hydration through the night. That's especially helpful for older adults, whose tear production naturally declines with age. In one study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition, participants who consumed omega-3-rich foods like chia had a 23% lower risk of developing chronic dry eye symptoms. Another study showed improved retinal thickness, a sign of healthier, well-nourished eye tissue. The best way to take them? Soak 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in half a cup of water or milk for at least 15-20 minutes. Eat it about an hour before bed. You can add a dash of cinnamon or a few blueberries for flavor. Both are excellent antioxidants for your eyes. Putting it all together. So now you have your 3-night allies. Prunes, to boost circulation and open the nutrient pathways. Pistachios, to protect and calm your eyes overnight. Chia seeds, to rebuild and hydrate from the inside out. It's simple, it's natural, and it works with your body, not against it. No pills, no artificial chemicals, just real food doing what real food was meant to do. If you start tonight, within a couple of weeks, you might notice that your eyes feel less tired in the morning. The world looks clearer, faster, and that morning blur starts to fade. Because when you give your body what it needs, it responds at any age. Now, before we move forward, I want you to think about something simple. When was the last time you truly gave your eyes a chance to rest? I'm not talking about closing them for 8 hours. I'm talking about giving them the nutrients, the oxygen, and the protection they need to actually recover. Because the truth is, your eyes never really sleep. Even while you rest, they're constantly repairing, recalibrating, and cleaning themselves, almost like tiny engines running quietly in the dark. That's why what you eat before bed can make such a big difference. It's like choosing the kind of fuel you put in your car before a long drive. The better the fuel, the smoother the ride. And here's the part most people miss. Your nighttime habits can either speed up aging in your eyes or slow it down dramatically. You don't need expensive treatments or miracle supplements. The 3 foods we just discussed, prunes, pistachios, and chia seeds, are some of the most accessible and powerful tools you can use to help your eyes heal naturally. But let's go a little deeper and talk about why they work so well. Together, the science of nighttime eye repair. When you fall asleep, your body goes through a process called restorative regeneration. During this phase, the brain clears out waste through the lymphatic system. The muscles relax. And most importantly, your cells start producing new proteins and membranes to replace damaged ones. The eyes, being some of the most metabolically active organs in your body, go into overdrive during this stage. The retina, for instance, works with billions of light-sensitive cells called rods and cones. Each of these cells contains a pigment called rhodopsin, which gets broken down during the day as you're exposed to light. Overnight, your body rebuilds rhodopsin so you can see clearly the next morning, especially in low light. Here's the catch. If your body doesn't have enough of the right nutrients like vitamin A, omega-3 seconds, lutein, zeaxanthin, and potassium, that repair process becomes incomplete. Over time, this leads to what we call visual fatigue syndrome, the dryness, blurriness, and delayed focusing that so many people over 60 experience. Now let's connect the dots. Prunes deliver potassium and vitamin K1, keeping your capillaries open and your blood flow strong. Pistachios add vitamin E and melatonin, protecting the retina and ensuring deeper, restorative sleep. Chia seeds bring omega-3 seconds and hydration, rebuilding the membranes and keeping the eye surface moist. Together, these 3 foods create a 24-hour support system for your vision, working quietly every night while you rest. The role of sleep quality. Here's something fascinating. Recent studies have shown that poor sleep quality can worsen eye problems faster than we ever realized. Lack of deep sleep increases oxidative stress, decreases tear production, and slows down nutrient absorption. So, even if you're eating all the right foods, your body might not be able to use them efficiently unless you're sleeping deeply. That's where pistachios play another unexpected role. Their natural melatonin and magnesium content help calm your nervous system, lowering cortisol levels, the stress hormone that keeps you awake. When cortisol drops, melatonin rises. That balance helps your eyes get the deep, uninterrupted rest they need to repair the retina and optic nerve fibers. In other words, you're not just feeding your eyes, you're teaching your body to recover. If you're someone who wakes up often during the night or has trouble falling asleep, try combining these foods into a simple bedtime mix. Here's one of my favorite combinations for older adults. 1 tablespoon of chia pudding, soaked chia seeds, 2 prunes, chopped, 5 pistachios, crushed, a drizzle of warm milk or almond milk. Mix that together about an hour before bed. It's soothing, nutrient-dense, and won't spike your blood sugar. Most importantly, it gives your body exactly what it needs for cellular recovery. How long does it take to notice a difference? Now, you might be wondering, how soon will I notice a difference? For most of my patients, the changes start small. After 7 to 10 days, mornings begin to feel different. The eyes open a little easier, the blur fades a little faster, and that gritty feeling almost like sand in your eyes starts to disappear. By the second or third week, colors often look a bit sharper, and reading feels less tiring. But the biggest shift isn't just in vision, it's in how your eyes feel. They're calmer, more comfortable, less irritated by wind, screen light, or dryness. One patient, Margaret, 72, once told me, "I thought my eyes were just getting old, but now they feel awake again." And that's exactly the goal, to help your eyes feel younger, not through surgery or supplements, but through real food and natural rest. Other small habits that boost results? While these 3 foods are powerful on their own, you can enhance their effects with just a few small nighttime habits. 1. Dim your lights an hour before bed. Your retina is sensitive to artificial light. Lowering brightness helps melatonin production and prepares your eyes for recovery. 2. Stay hydrated but not overhydrated. Dehydration is one of the biggest contributors to dry eyes. A small glass of water before bed helps, but avoid large amounts that disrupt sleep. 3. Avoid screen time right before sleeping. Blue light from screens suppresses melatonin and adds oxidative stress to your retina. Try listening to calming music or a podcast instead. 4. Keep your room slightly cooler. Cooler temperatures help your body enter deep sleep faster, improving the repair process throughout the night. Combine these habits with your nightly eye-nourishing foods, and you'll create an environment where your body and your vision can thrive naturally. Why this matters more than ever. Vision loss is one of the most feared parts of aging. But here's something most people don't realize. More than 70% of age-related vision decline is lifestyle-related, not genetic. That means it can be slowed, stopped, or even reversed through small, consistent changes like the ones you just learned. Your body is incredibly resilient. Even after decades, it never stops trying to heal itself. All it needs is the right support, and that support can be as simple as a few foods before bed. Think of it this way. Every night is a chance to rebuild. Every morning is a test of how well you did. And if you start making the right choices today, your eyes can start rewarding you tomorrow. If you found this video helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more senior health tips. And I'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Tell me in the comments. I always enjoy seeing this community grow across different countries and ages. Remember, it's never too late to care for your eyes, and sometimes the simplest routines bring the greatest results. I'm Dr. James Porter, here to help you live stronger, see clearer, and age with confidence. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll uncover how your sleep position might be silently affecting your eye pressure and what you can do tonight to fix it. So, tonight, when you stand in your kitchen deciding on that last small bite before bed, remember this. Every choice you make is either feeding your fatigue or fueling your recovery. Your eyes are extraordinary organs. They take in millions of details, colors, and movements every single day without rest. But even the most finely tuned system needs maintenance. Giving your body these 3 simple foods: prunes to open the pathways, pistachios to guard the cells, and chia seeds to rebuild the structure, is like handing your eyes the exact toolkit they need to restore themselves naturally. You don't need to chase trends or rely on miracle supplements. You simply need to work with your body, not against it. Because healing doesn't always happen in hospitals or clinics sometimes. It begins right at your dinner table, one small nightly habit at a time. So go ahead, make tonight the night you start. If this video helped you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who deserves clearer, stronger eyes too. And tell me in the comments, where in the world are you watching from? I love hearing your stories and seeing this community of health-conscious seniors grow across the globe. Sleep well, eat wisely, and wake up seeing the world just a little bit brighter. I'm Dr. James Porter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.